Hello, everybody. This is Sandy Wilhelmina, and the sheep and Hellcat is present, so you might be hearing lots of crazy um, rustling. And he's tipped over the box of packing paper, and he's having quite a time. But it's keeping him occupied, so that's good with me. But if he bites my leg or something, you'll probably hear me squawk. Thank you for coming by. If you're new here, thank you for stopping in. I hope that you'll hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any of the videos. And if you're always here, I appreciate you so much. Thank you for coming back. It is, I don't even know what day it is. It's Wednesday and it's February. And I wanted to make a video of this journal so that I could actually get it in the mail to Sara. You may know my friend Sara in Baltimore. We've been friends for many years, and I just always have a file, and it sits here with her name on it, and I just keep putting stuff in it. And I finally decided it was overflowing, and I had better get something done with it. So I started a journal, and this thing probably weighs about 3 pounds. It's crazy. She is a tiny lady, and I hope she can carry this thing. It might knock her over if she takes a wrong step. She might fall. But anyway, she is one of my best friends. She has sheep, English Leicester sheep, and that is the kind of sheep that George Washington brought with him, or brought from overseas, and they are still to this day at his home in Monticello. So it's really just cool. She has beautiful sheep, and I didn't print out any pictures of the sheep, but I may go ahead and put a link to the breed of sheep so you could see how beautiful their long curly locks are. And they're just stunning, and they're a rare breed, so they are prized and very carefully tended because they did die out here in the States at one point long ago. So she has a little dachshund named Muffin, and she's kind of this color, but she's a long-haired dog. And this is the only freaking dachshund picture I had in all my, I have been looking for one in my whole crazy shameful bunch of paper in this office. And this is who I found. And I think she's cute, but imagine her with longer hair. When I put this together, I made a squishy spine. I just put tape on the book's original spine so it would be kind of roundy. And this is basically just some things I clipped on here to remember to use. And I kind of liked how it turned out. She was a teacher, is a teacher. We're best friends. We both love sheep. Hope. We always try to keep hope. I thought this was adorable. I think I got that from Carol Crinkle Path Carol. Some old buttons, jewels, and I decided I was going to leave it that way because it's cute. So this thing is 8.5 by almost 12. And the spine is almost 3 inches. And I just used a pretty satin ribbon to tie it shut, which she can take off if she does not want all the frilly. This crazy quilt was a pillow cover. I think it was a pillow cover. It was kind of a funky shape. So I went ahead and used it for the cover. And then I decided it was needing something which led to this pieced quilt. It was paper pieced. And I left the paper in because it made it a little bit more sturdy to be on the front of a journal. This is a part of an old curtain, And then I also needed some repairs. There was some fabric that wasn't great, and I just added some of the curtain fabric on it. And on the back, there were a few places that the velvet, and see, I should probably put something here too. Um, it gets on these really old crazy quilts, the fabric, the velvet fabric and silk fabric all kind of get crumbly over time. This was extremely old. Um, and I found it somewhere and brought it home. Follow me home. So it's all original stitching, and here we go. Hopefully I can get it all in here. I wanted to kind of make a video because I tried to put dates on everything and maybe even where they came from. Sorry for the bouncy camera. I need to sit still. Okay, so this is a belly band, and I moved to stickers. I had a lot of fun with this, and I hope she likes it because it is kind of it's a big scrapbook. This is an empty envelope from Baltimore and Ohio Railroad. She is a very accomplished knitter and seamstress. I think this is from a Baltimore lawyer. So I popped that in here. I won't make you look at everything I put in the pockets, but it's a belly band. This is a greeting card that I trimmed the lamb out of that was in my mother-in-law's scrapbook. I took some cards out of it because it's here, it's beautiful, and it just seems like such a shame that those cards that were given in such happiness would never be used again. So that is what that is. I'm not sure where I got this fabric from. It's just a little fabric thing. Let me see what I put in here. This paper is from Tracy. Um, we both like flowers, and this is probably my favorite thing. They told me I was different. Best compliment ever. Cracks me up. Uh-oh, I left them outside. I'm sorry. Not for very long, but that's Mr. Wilhelmina wondering where the dogs are, and it's a big 8 degrees. Shame on me. So just she loves to go to museums and art exhibits. And let's see, this one looks like a punch card. So when you went all the time, you got a little punch card. This is just what an old trade card. I gave her lots of room things to take out and write on because this journal is a little ridiculous. And this might be a long video, so it's just some paper, a piecework voucher, and I did get that from a gal. I'll have to look up. It's for day work, piecework. Mr. Fred Wild, 1932. And I think that these were for, well, let's see, art something. Not sure what those were for. I'll see what they were for. This reminds me of my sisters and I. That's a little boy, but my grandma Holt's mom's mom. We would go to her house in the summertime, and sometimes we'd spend the night or just spend the days there. We were so lucky to be close to them. And we used to play in wash tubs like this in the summer. To give us the empty soap bottles, and oh my goodness, we thought we were smells. It was wonderful. I did not sew these together or put them, oh my goodness, and you can see what problems going to arise from this. I wanted her to be able to take things out if she did not like them or add things in. So I just put them in with a ribbon. I'll show you that when we get there. And inside, did I do anything fancy on? Not really. Okay, another belly band. And imagine a whole world full of fairies. Oh, how I wish I could see it. I wish, I wish, I would. And I have just some wool related stuff and These are pretty. I got these in a kit. Oops. And then just stationery and fancy goods. I think I cut that out of a newspaper, if I remember right. Then some old ledger. This is from the music collection I have acquired through the auction nearby, and it's handwritten, early 1900s, maybe even the late 1800s. Oh, we just love sheep, especially the lambs. Treasured memories, there's secrets in there. This is from Bridget. This is her wonderful, I think that's boiled. If I remember right, she boiled that paper. This envelope opens, and there is cute stuff in there. And then these I trimmed out of a where it had sewing ephemera. These are old button cards, what they would have looked like. Oops. She knows my mom pretty well. I don't think they've ever met in person, but she knows her well. And my mom used to be a wildlife rehabber, and squirrels were one that she did a lot of. And she gave me this fabric, my mom did, so I sat down and cut out the little squirrels. There's some owls and things too that I did. Um, Sometimes at night I get just a wild hair to do something and did some things. And since she's a seamstress, this paper was perfect. That was also a kit, I think. And I just pinned some pretty things on here. A sheep. My favorite sheep stamp. You've probably seen that. A pocket full of some stuff. The chunky cat knitting some pretty yarn. And there's a dachshund. And she does have a son, so could be. And this dog looks like Dot. She has a terrier named Dot. And I think that looks like Dot. It was the closest I could get. Was in a book of dogs. This is, oh, might be glued in. Oh, boy. Oh no, it's clipped in with this paper clip that Leah made. I use this for a page. Learning to Shear Sheep by C.A. Stevens. So it's a whole thing about it. I had to repair this because I tore it. So I used some old rescued tape. So she could read that. 1906, that's from. And these certificates are from Grant County. It's a couple counties over from here. And registration certificates for doctors and nurses came my way. So it tells where they went to school, all that cool stuff. This just cracked me up. Ladies on the beach must wear bloomers. There's a Maryland map in here clipped in. Emily Dickinson, we both love to read. So I put Emily's birthday stuff in here. More ledger paper. A pretty, I think this is vintage doily. Detroit Creamery receipt. And some vintage dies from Germany. And here is one of my prizes, my prize possessions. And it's some of the handwritten music from the family that had, oh boy, they just had musicians and teachers and, oh, conductor and just all kinds of wonderfulness. And this was written out by someone. And I think they did not have a lot of access in the late 1800s, this family anyway, to, hi, Jim. Hi. Doing a movie. Cool. Anyway, so don't distract me, Kay, because I'm a squirrel. Um, So that is one of those sheets. Jim, I tucked a few things in here. Cotton Association Weekly Circular, 1898. This is a copy from the Louise Knitting Mills from 1925, and this is a very cool front from a Successful Farming magazine of 1925. So she can go ahead and take things out to read, or this is another part of that collection. They had a library, and they had all of these beautiful music sheets bound into ledger covers. And I've been slowly taking them apart to share them because they're beautiful. More ledger sheep shearing from fleece to fabric. Museum to possess Queen Elizabeth's gauntlets. Crazy Cat's got the zoomies. This is just an old check that's pretty. And a paper clip I made. This is from the Jimmy Dean National Fan Club of Baltimore, 1968. Just fun stuff. Made some cranking paper to go in here. And that I just copied onto a music sheet. I thought it was cool. This is some fun stuff in here. I made a steamship with the little Dick and Jane characters on the front. Dancing is free. Day and night trips. 2 large dance floors. Cracks me up. I'd love to alter those. And this is a cute farm picture. I have a ledger full of stuff from Mr. Wilkinson. Tobacco stamps. So those were tax stamps, I believe, they're from 1890-ish. Oh, watch, they won't go back in. Okay, there we go. And then there's just some writing in there. And another writing in there. I'm goofing around with coin envelopes, those little coin where you would put a quarter in and stuff. So I was goofing around. More things, old things, and the farm is a part of me. Eric Warenberg, Warenberg Farms. And that is both of us. United States Depositary. And that's 1921. That's kind of nifty. There's a cool signature on the back. A letter, Braille paper. So it's from a Braille dictionary, a pocket dictionary. This is a silly paper clip I made. This is some more of Tracy's paper. We both like gardeny things. There's some dolled up sheep. This is from a project. It's a gigantic, probably this big, not folded. I mean, that was the size of the paper, of a young man who did this in England, 1959. And it was a school project, or it was just something he decided to do. And he did a whole topographic project about Nottingham, England. And I decided it was time to not let that sit on the shelf anymore. And this opens. This opens. And I think I got these from Debbie Cam. And there's a whole bunch of stuff in there. A cute little mouse in the corner with his umbrella. another, I think I copied this out of a book plate. And then there are fun things in here. And she should have plenty of room to add things, or and this was from it was just in a file folder that I acquired somewhere. Now, only the little barn was colored in, but I just, and this one reminds me of what her sheep look like. The face. Copied that out of an old newspaper. And again, there's just a lot of stuff, sheep and spinning of yarn and all of that kind of stuff. I thought this was a cute thing. I think this is H.C. Dewey Company Woolen Manufacturers from Vermont. And just some stuff. This is train tickets from Baltimore, Ohio Railroad. I don't think it has a year on it. No. There's Cat playing in the paper. More fun stuff. This is my Dalai Lama. He's the first Lama we ever had, and he was the sweetest, most wonderful boy. He would be about 20. And this is something I made. Look familiar, Angela? That was so fun. And then this is just some extra writing space. She should have plenty of room here to add and take out things. More ads. I believe these are from, they might have been Jacquard machinery. I don't know. Let's look back at my notes. Hey, this is just cute. Frog. Louise, no. And this is the other side of that page from the Nottinghamshire project the guy did. And that. And this is from 1834, the Penny Magazine. Jim, please. Louise is out of control. So I put this in here just for her to read about merino sheep. And you may have seen these, maybe not. I need to get these out and offer them up. It's a weekly Scottish publication. Jacquard loom, like Jacquard threads and Jacquard plaid. This is from Lindy, sent me this with an order. It's cute. And for Pete's sake, some more ads. And this is a 1933 Needle Arts magazine that I thought she might want to read. Pretty lady on the front. And then on this it says, I am with you, wandering through memory lane. And this is a Lincoln sheep, but they're very similar they look very similar to her sheep, the Leicester Longwool. And this is from 1901. And then there's a few other pictures. And then, of course, my new thing, everyone has to have a Harrison Fisher in their journal. So that will be heading out on Friday. And I hope the mail behaves itself so that she gets it right away. Sometimes in Baltimore that it can be a very iffy proposition with mail. And then I'm sending her this cute little The Crumpets Go Sailing because it's cute, and I was telling her about it. And then I found a little story about Chris the dachshund who wanted to be a good little dog. So that's what I have for this video. I will be making a few more this afternoon after the house quiets back down. And I hope you're having a good day, that you're staying warm and safe from all this crazy weather. And I will see you soon. Thank you. Smooches from the sheep.